Welcome back, everybody. We are still streaming and having interviews here at the Star Conference 2025 from Orlando, Florida. I have another awesome presenter figure here. How was the term yesterday? Like um, knowledge leader in the field of AI, because it's going to be like an AI blow today, all the day. We have with us our friend Adam Auerbach. How do I pronounce?
Yes.
Auerbach?
Yep, you said it right.
I nailed it. That's weird. I usually don't do. How are you, amigo?
I'm doing good. Been very busy. Conference has been great so far. A lot of interest in AI this year compared to previous years, but yeah, things have been really good.
I'm pretty sure that you have been having a blast, and I have so many questions, but I usually forget. Before we get on the topic, would you mind sharing with the audience who are you, what do you do, what makes you special?
Uh, okay, so my name's Adam Auerbach. I am the global head of EPAM's testing practice. I'm also responsible for EPAM's engineering excellence and agile consulting practices. And because all of those groups have been so disrupted with AI, I'm also EPAM's co-head for AI enablement in the SDLC. So we have EPAM has an offering called AI Run, and this is how we work with clients to help them figure out where AI would be most applicable from an engineering perspective, and then help them. We have special tools and whatnot to help them build out and deploy agents. And so, yeah, so I mean, we've been very busy. I'm very fortunate to have such a great opportunity. And what makes me special? Um, I'm from Philadelphia, and
That's all. No, I'm kidding.
I'm from Philadelphia. Very much a Philadelphian, very outspoken, and I enjoy exercise. So
Ah.
I wake up very early every morning to exercise, and it's a big part of my who I am.
Day to day. Yeah, it's something that I need to take into account a little more. I do like exercise as well, but here and there, at times it's hard to keep up with duties and personal our duty with our own body.
Yeah,
Uh,
I always I wake up at 5 in the morning to start my day.
you're part
Um,
of the early club as well.
yes, because when you wake up early and you get some exercise in, your brain is ready to go. You're firing all cylinders,
Yeah.
and in the role that I'm in, very stressful. You're getting demands from different areas, and it just helps me navigate the day. Now I do go to bed at like 9 o'clock, so I don't have much of a nightlife,
Same
but
here.
but yeah, it's a big part.
Probably because here at the conference, you will see many of the presenters and the thought leaders walking around. And after the conference, usually there's a bar here. Sounds like you won't be finding Adam at night at the bar.
No, unfortunately not. But the best thing about the conference is the networking.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is being able to
It doesn't have to be in the bar.
it
Only.
doesn't have to be in the bar. Like I purposely will sit at breakfast and lunch with people I don't know. And I love just asking people, who are they? What do they do? Why are you here?
Why are you special?
Yes, the Irish special is a great question, because I think that's where you get like some of the great stories.
Yeah.
I've been coming here for maybe 8 years now,
Whoa.
Star East, Star West, and like I have made connections with people that will be a lifetime. I'm lucky that you were doing an interview with Tariq earlier. Tariq works with me at EPAM, and I met Tariq here
Yeah.
at the conference, and so like really great connections, people that I'll always stay in contact with.
Here, that's one of the bright sides of being at the conferences. You have no idea of all the connections and the serendipity that will pop up out of that. As Adam mentions, me as well. I met Tariq on one of these events, and it's really good friends ever since. You collaborate together. Who knows what sparks will come out of the people that you are going to meet? Maybe you're walking around and you get to talk to Adam and tell them why you are special, right?
Yes, absolutely. I have people where I say to them, like, connect with me on LinkedIn. If there's any help I can give you, any advice, like, just please text me. and people have done that, and it's an offer I make to others. Like if there's advice I can help you with, like I'm happy to pay it forward for sure.
We'll get some information at the end of this interview so that you can also get in touch with Adam, follow up, and send a note. That's super important. But um, one joke before we get on the serious. So you wake up early. We know that there's an early activity here at the conference. Have you ever done the yoga thing?
So funny you say this. I was I was part of the group. I'm part of the program committee with Tariq and Melissa and Arpiza, but I was part of the group when they first introduced yoga, and there was a running club,
Yeah,
and so I led the running club,
Ah.
and I did it one time. And and after running 2 miles to start my day, which I'm not a runner, and I
Oh.
was like, maybe this should be for somebody else.
And someone took over the
And
yoga, and of
someone,
course that has more
yes,
traction.
yes, it's you know, I'm from Philadelphia. Right now, it's not that warm in Philly.
Mm,
Here, it's 90 degrees and
it's really
humid,
warm. Yeah.
and going for a 2 mile jog is it?
For some people, it's a challenge. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes,
But if the weather is not like an impediment for you, if it's a little bit warm, I feel like here in the convention center there are good tracks so
Oh,
that
for
you can
sure.
go
Yeah,
and
it's
have
a
some
very
fun.
nice area, and it's funny. It's again, it's just a nice networking event. It's nice to just like you're on the jog, being able to like, or even doing yoga, being able just to talk to people. You think that your issues are unique. You think that like, man, what I do is very unique to me, and that's not the case.
You will walk into someone that is suffering, or hopefully
Absolutely.
not suffering, but going through the same.
Same thing, same questions about maybe like how their automation framework could be optimized, the struggle of still doing manual testing, maybe not getting leadership support for certain initiatives, or now one of the common themes today is like, okay, AI is really cool. I don't have time to to experiment. So how
Truly
do
get on board on it.
yeah, so
And
how do I get my leadership to support me? Because the first step is understanding prompting, getting access to Copilot or some other tools, but you usually got to get support from management to do that. So like that's a very big topic today.
we maybe will try to ask some recommendations of how Adam gives the support and asks for the support. I would recommend you too. But um, before now, leaving behind a little bit the running and the collaboration and everything, you do more activities than workout here at the conference. What have you been doing, and what are you planning to do coming next? First, have you presented already? I think you were something that.
So I do a tutorial.
Mhm.
I usually do one on DevOps and testing, how to reshape the testing organization and lean into continuous testing. And now I have a little bit of AI um, in that tutorial. For this conference, I'm going to run two panel conversations.
Mhm.
So there's a panel at 4:15 today. It's taking the place of the lightning talks that we used to do. So the panel will be on Gen AI and test automation. And then tomorrow we'll do a panel at the end of the day, 4:15 as well, on test automation. So usually the panels have they're really great because we'll have a Slido link so people can participate and ask questions. We have really great panelists, and it's just a. I always tell people when you're at these conferences, really make sure that you're asking like the questions that matter to you,
Yeah.
right? Like take charge of why you're here and getting those answers. And the panel talks are a really great way to be heard and make sure that you're walking away with whatever drove you to being here.
It's a as well, and something that everybody that is watching, as I mentioned earlier, these panels are accessible for whoever's on the platform. If you are not here at the conference, you have an opportunity as well to send your questions, anything that truly is relevant or that you are curious. Or I even joke at times that you want to torture a little bit the presenters with tough questions, because that at times you make them think or get like something different. Don't ask the same question,
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely. And I think that's the big benefit. Put them on the spot. You know, uh, Donna did a great keynote this morning about agents and what agents are, what they're not are. There's some great questions to put her on the spot. Because she talked about Copilot being agentic, and you know. there's some good stuff there that
Yeah.
people could challenge for sure.
It gets crazy, and especially I think you should take the advantage that you have these eminencies in the stage that can answer your questions, that are truly spinning the wheel on what is going on with AI and all the innovations. Which, speaking of innovations and implementing new things, you got me curious on your tutorial that you are starting to implement from DevOps into some incursions on AI. Would you mind sharing a little bit what's that new spice that you're bringing into
Yeah. So a couple thoughts. Number one, like the testing space is being disrupted the fastest with
big
AI.
time?
Um, Number one, most companies underinvest in testing, right? With cost cutting, testers are usually where they make cuts and then they pay for it with production issues. But with what we do in testing, there's very little risk that if I use testing and AI together, there's very little risk about information getting out there, if you will, right? Like people are hesitant to use AI to do coding to some extent because they're afraid that their code's going to be used to train a model and then it's going to be publicly available, right? So you get a lot of scrutiny on that side. But on testing, that's not the case. Like if our test cases get out in the real world, like nothing, we're not going to be on the
In
front
the
page of
chopping
the
block
news,
right
right?
away, or
So, so people are very open to starting their AI journey in testing, and so us at EPAM, like we've built a product called Alita. It's Elita.AI. So you can go to the website and check it out. It's basically a platform you can download, you can install. There is a license fee, um, but it allows you to build out agents within your infrastructure. And when I talk about an agent, I'm talking about like an assistant. So it can integrate into your Git repo, whatever you're using for code, whatever you're using for tests, Jira, ADO. It can integrate with your test plugins, and Confluence. And so what it allows you to do is you can have prompts for how you like to write test cases or user stories or automation code. It uses RAG. So when we talk about AI and testing, a lot of people will use some version of ChatGPT, or maybe their company has created their own internal version. But prompting alone, it will help format. It will help like fixing give you ideas, but it doesn't know your applications. It doesn't know your business process. And so it only gets you so far. So the real opportunity for AI is when you're using RAG, where you can plug into your framework and say, here's my framework, here's my test script. Now go write me give me the coding changes to support my test. Only then are you going to get something really accurate. And that's what Alita allows you to do. It allows you to have the data source set up for your test scripts, your user stories, your documentation, and then it will help people creating test cases, creating automation. It will do the pull request, um, and then you can build out other agents. And that's what's happening in testing. But also, because it's happening so quickly in testing, all of these same principles apply to everything else in the SDLC. So we have testers who are now building agents for writing unit tests, or from a DevOps perspective, you can have an agent part of the pipeline, and when there's a pull request, look at the code quality. Are there sonar issues? Fix them. Is the code secure? Make the coding changes. So you can have agents now across the SDLC. Our tooling helps you do that very easily. And what we're seeing is that testers are able to now expand into these other areas of using AI across the SDLC, and it's opening many more doors. It's how I got into owning AI adoption, is because of what we've been doing. So it's just like 5 years ago when testers were implementing their frameworks into a pipeline and leaning into DevOps, and why today you see platform engineering groups that usually are a combination of testing and DevOps, CI/CD, right? And the same thing is happening with AI.
How it should have been from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
I think that finally this is breaking a little bit these barriers. I think it's really outstanding that you are also working towards bringing them down, and I think that the support of AI is going to be a bit more powerful than our efforts in the past,
Yeah.
because now is you must. It's like if you want to truly integrate, I really like that idea that you are implementing from the data of the organization. Then you get truly AI in the context that you
Yes.
are wanting to. Uh, you mentioned as well ROM, no, RAG.
Yes,
Yeah.
RAG.
What's that for the ones of us that do not know it?
Okay. So RAG is retrieval generation. And so what that is you're able to take data, test cases, user stories, Confluence pages, code, uh, and ingest that into a vector database.
Mhm.
And then what AI is able to do is find the groupings of information relative to what you're trying to do and pair that information with the data from the LLM and your prompts to then give you a more specific response. So, for example, let's say I'm an insurance company. I have my how I create policies, how you actually use the application. So that all that those systems are integrated into my vector database. And so if I want to write a test case on creating a policy, what happens in my agent, it goes to the vector database, finds everything, all the words around policy creation, and it takes that information and it goes to the LLM with my prompt for how I want to write my user stories, and then that information with what's in the data in the LLM together, it refines the response so that I get something that's more specific to me. So the LLM knows in general, how would I create a policy? Maybe if I said like one of the common tools, it would kind of know what that is. But with my supplemental information, now it can give me a more clear answer, and that's what RAG does. And so that's why when we talk about like AI becoming like how accurate AI can be, it's going to be dependent on the quality of your data. Like, do you have good test scripts? Do you have good data out there in your own environment that then can be used to help improve the AI? Otherwise, it's maybe going to be
Just
the,
generic AI.
just generic, right? And maybe like if you're a consumer facing, like if you're, I met somebody here from Chick-fil-A, so maybe the LLM knows how to use the Chick-fil-A website or mobile app, but
Internal applications.
internal applications, no way,
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna be guessing only, and if
Yeah.
you don't give this context to the solution, is super powerful. If I'm understanding well, this vector database is giving like more weight to some of the context, more
Yes,
importance, so that you know
exactly.
where the decision is
And
gonna be
that's
taken.
and so when people say AI is going to like replace us, it's not true.
Mm-mm.
Okay, because everybody's data is a different quality. You have to set up the vector database, the RAG. You have to build out your agents. You have to get people to use them. This is a long process. It's more complicated than an agile transformation or a DevOps transformation, which those take years.
Hmm.
Like, this is a long process, and even with really good high quality data, it's still only going to be 70-80% accurate. You're still going to have somebody looking at the results at different stages to provide feedback. Like, your job's not going anywhere.
And that's kind of like a job that a QA can also aiding, judging, and checking.
Yes.
Because I have heard on so many other places, and Adam's right. It's not just throwing your ML into a data lake, shapeless, and you don't even know what it is. Like you, ML, figure it out. No, you have to have some decent structure so that
Yes.
the information is well tagged and that it's relevant information, not just throw it and the
Yeah.
poor little
This
thing.
is why we tell people, like, you really need to get started in this journey now. Like, don't spend a ton of time doing analysis on tools, and get going with like a couple agents. Something very, is my data good or bad? How difficult is it for us to build out agents? How difficult it is to get people to use them? And then, okay, in parallel, we can start figuring out which tooling do we want to go with? What's the long-term approach? But if you wait, you're going to be even further behind because all these other companies are already moving forward.
It's super important because I think it's like a new tool. Definitely, AI is not replacing us. I do agree with you. It's a tool for us to use. It's gonna complement us.
Mhm.
But the ones of us that probably, I don't know, probably it's a silly example, that do not have a smartphone against someone with a dumb phone or just like the chiclets box that we used to have in the past, I have an advantage because I can put my calendar, contact people quickly, and
Yes.
schedule meetings, blah. good luck with your old Nokia brick phone that destroyed was indestructible. It's going to be the same with AI. Whoever is embracing it, has it, and is really using it, it's going to be an advantage. And as you say, I see it from a organization perspective, as a tester perspective. If I'm not embracing it and playing with it, that's why I wanted to also look back with how do you get your manager to give you some approval? How what recommendations would you give to get that pass, or to managers why they should care?
Yeah, I mean, I think that especially today, costs, everybody cares about cutting costs, about being more efficient, more productive, right? And so what you need to do is you need to be able to articulate some view of how you're working today and be able to tie your opportunities and how you're working to where AI can play a role. So when I do my tutorial, I talk about value stream analysis. Now that's maybe a little bit more labor intensive, but basically value stream analysis is like just at a high level, how does what's your process from going from requirements all the way through getting code to production? How long does that take? What's manual? What's automated? Um, what's the productivity of the team? How much time do they spend on fixing stuff versus doing new stuff? And usually within that process, you're able to identify some opportunities. Can you improve your lead time? Can you have more frequent deployments? Can you, improve quality so that the team can spend more time on new features? Like that's stuff that the business cares about. If you can have more releases more frequently, like they love that. If you can say, hey, we can get 10, 20% more story points every sprint, that's huge, right? So you have to be able to give them some type of business case to 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 say this. And usually it's sitting right there, but no one really like this is why people will hire EPAM because we can come in and do an assessment and give you that information. But it's all right there. You just got to look at the backlog, be able to do some of the like easy analysis, and then it's just making the case for like let's start the experimenting.
I love it because, in essence, what you are recommending is to translate everything into, I gonna call it managerian, because it's something that the terms in management or the C level that will understand money, percentages, improvement, are we going or going? And if you can put it like, put a number, seriously, with some backup, don't make up numbers. Um, you'll be getting like traction, and that's like, oh, you're gonna get me savings, then I need to let you
Yeah.
teach this, or we're gonna get there faster, it's gonna be like more efficient. And it's a great recommendation.
Yeah. It, you have to understand like what's important to your manager, what's going to help make them look good, right? And
That's what's
so
important. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I think like your that phrase is wonderful because that's exactly what it is. Usually they care about productivity and costs. So if I can improve productivity or cycle time, lead time, like that's going to make my manager look good. That's going to make them impressive to leadership, and now they're much more willing. The flip side of this is cost. So um, like if you're spending a lot of money in automation by using AI, potentially you could have more junior automation people. Maybe even like AI does have like we have a lot of no code, low code, no code solutions here.
Don't worry,
So
it's okay.
we
We
lost
lost
the
the
light.
lamp, but you can still see us, so no worries.
So the low code, no code solutions that are here, like AI really provides that capability. So potentially you have the opportunity to like you're not going to necessarily reduce people, but do I need as expensive people? Can I lower the skill level because of the use of AI? And those are the things that leadership cares about,
Mhm.
and that's how you're going to get them to pay attention. That's
I mean, also worldwide situation, the economy and everything, it's going to be more important now than ever. Don't worry about the lamp. uh, we're still streaming without a problem. um, and everybody, pay attention to these recommendations from Adam. It's really important that you understand what is the perspective of management, what they are looking for. Not that we pass that many defects or that the cycles and the release and then no, no, no. Can you get some improvement? Make me look good, because yeah, we want to make our managers be happy and
yeah,
look good, right?
and maybe a little controversial, right? But like defects are waste. The more defects you log, the more time people have to spend figuring out what's failing, and then fixing it, and then you're retesting it. So that's a productivity killer.
It's
So
slowing down the release.
yeah,
This is always super important. You
yeah,
don't want to be the bad guy tester QA that is stopping every release.
yeah. So
It's
so can you use AI to help with unit test coverage? Can you use AI to get your tests written faster so that way the developer maybe can even do more? And
how can
so
we help so that we have less effects
yes,
out of the box?
yes. So that helps us move faster. That helps us be more productive, and that's like that's a big ROI that management will care about for sure.
Awesome recommendations, amigo. Pay
Yeah,
attention to that. It's super important.
yeah.
Now, another little detail that, in general, we were asking. I want to know some contact details and things. How can we embrace a little bit more? But you mentioned about Alita. Is there a way that people can get to know it, understand it better, play with it, or something?
Yeah, so if you go to the Alita.ai website, we have documentation, we have videos. I think if you also go to epam.com, on EPAM's website, we have some white papers about AI. And we have a greater Alita is part of a bigger offering called AI Run. So there's some videos on AI Run, and what that is. So yeah, and then you can definitely you can ask questions on the website. You can reach out to myself. Um, I'm Adam underscore Auerbach at EPAM.com. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, Adam Auerbach at LinkedIn. I'm also on Twitter. Bugman31 is my Twitter
Bugman
handle.
31, cool. I love it.
Even have little icons, but yes, yeah. So people can reach out to me directly, but also there's opportunities on the website to ask for questions and watch some videos.
Awesome. You got ahead on the rest of the question that was how to get in touch
Oh,
with you.
sorry.
People will be able to reach out, find out more. I love that there are white papers there and
Mhm.
that people can just access and start learning.
Yeah.
Is really, really powerful. Please, 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 if you find this information just out there and you can start going over it, please do. And you will get an advantage, a definite advantage that will help you in your career, or if you want to help on implementation, CPAM, and so on. Is CPAM looking for people?
We definitely are looking for people, but maybe not in the United States. I mean, we definitely hiring in Latin America. We have offices.
Atención, amigos.
Yeah, offices in Argentina and Colombia, Chile, Mexico,
Cool.
and then obviously offices in India and Poland. So we definitely, if you went to our website, we have all of our job openings posted. So take a look.
Take a look, epam.com.
EPAM.com.
If you are looking for a position, also EPAM is looking for you internationally. Take a look. And so now you know how to get in touch with Adam. You know how to probably look at the opportunities that EPAM is offering in the market, how to learn more about Alita and Run AI, was it?
AI Run.
AI Run. Dyslexia, sorry. Last but not least, we have now a challenge for Adam.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Be very afraid. No, I'm kidding. So, amigo, you know where am I from?
Mexico.
Okay.
Mexico City.
So I like to bring the flavor of Mexico to everybody, and I'm gonna literally.
Did you bring me tequila?
Later. Yes. Shh. It's a surprise. No, I brought you Mexican candies. As you can see here on the table, we have not so wide variety, but I think the best of the candies for you to try on camera.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, according to the people, never trust a Mexican when they say it's not spicy. But some of the people that cannot take spicy food has told me that this is the least, medium, and kind of sweet. Which
Okay.
one would you like to try?
Are
you feeling brave? Are you feeling?
I'm definitely not brave.
So Tariq loved the yellow one.
The yellow one?
Julie who loved. Tariq liked this one. He already finished it pretty much.
Yes, I saw him walking around with
it.
You said these are medium, and that's hot, or?
This is also medium. I don't have anything really hot. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can try medium.
Okay, so this is cherry, strawberry inside like a gummy,
Okay.
and this is just sugar with lime and chili.
I'll take the.
Yes, I'll help you and hold the mic so that you can open it. We are going to see. You can listen at the wrap.
And what happens if I spit it out?
Nothing. Do you need? We have napkins ready, right? In case he needs it. Truly, we have them. You gotta chew it. It's a gummy inside. So pay attention at his face. What's he thinking? Is he in pain? Is he liking it? We don't
I mean,
know.
so far it's not bad. Okay, here
Okay.
comes the spice. All right, it's not bad.
Okay, he's surviving. He's making it.
It's interesting. It's like it's sweet with like a little bit of a kick to it. It's actually kind of good.
Okay.
I would eat
Okay.
these. Yeah,
Okay. He passed the test.
yeah. And
We
I
tested
haven't
Adam.
lost the filling or anything, so it's good.
Nah, no habanero nor
Mm.
nothing and anything super bad. So he passed the test, no defects. He's ready for production. Producción en Mexico. Okay, there you have it, amigo Adam. Thank you very much for you were brave as well for all your knowledge and all the things that you were sharing with everyone.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure. Thank you. Well, there you have it, our amigo Adam from EPAM. Get in touch, reach for EPAM if you're looking for opportunities, and let us know if you like some of these candies or want to see Adam trying more. This is not the end yet. We have the performance testing panel starting soon. Remember, we published the Slido code so that you can send your questions for the panelists. We're going to start the stream in, I think it's in an hour and a half. Stay tuned. We have the calendar and everything. Check for it. And we have more interviews later today, more adventures. It's not the end yet. But for now, we're saying adios. Thank you, Adam. Adios.
Thank
Adios,
you.
Adam.
Adios.
Take care and see you soon. And out.